the sweat that's all behind me. Grown too strong, I don't go down easy. Living for grace, the best I can. I'm a Jesus girl. Jesus girl. All the way. I'm a Jesus girl. You changed my heart. I'm a Jesus girl. Ooh, fall forward, up and over. If I go, it's only higher. No matter where I stand up, it's always on the Lord's side, 'cause I've been reading Jesus God.
What's up, guys? It's Wednesday, so y'all know what time it is. It's time for the what? It is time for the Wednesday's Word for Women show, the REmiX. I sure hope your day is flipping along fantabulously. Your week, matter of fact, has been rocking this entire planet. I hope you showed up wherever you had to show up to at 100 proof. I hope you'll remember that your attitude, reactions, and responses is in your control. So that means you control the day, not nobody else, regardless of who that somebody else or they are. I pray that, man, when you do struggle, which we all will, when the day might get harder, you might get a little irritated, or just, to shift that mood, you grab a hold of something to be grateful and thankful for, because gratitude will always, all the time, every time work. So, yeah, hope you out here getting it. So I want to, I was reading the book, and it made me think of, matter of fact, shout out to reading, y'all. Reading is, challenge yourself. Read something you would never, normally would not read. Like it's something about getting a different perspective, or taking in information, so that then that information may perhaps change your perspective, or it might even just grow your knowledge. We don't do anything just to say that we've read it or be smart. Hopefully what we're doing is we are enriching ourselves, so we will be more thoroughly equipped to be out here making moves and doing that thing that only we can do. And you never should stop growing. You never should stop learning. I mean, this day we should be learning our way right on up out of this world. But anyway, so I'm reading this book, and one of the illustrations, and I've heard the illustration about the eagle before, the eagle and the chickens. One of the illustrations in this book was that someone walked upon a group of chickens, and there was an eagle in the middle of it. He's just eating with the chickens, and the person that seen him got so irritated, because they understood that, yo, this is an eagle. Why is this eagle hanging around with the chicken? And I believe Dr. Don Davis actually had said something about an eagle one time that I kind of remember. But anyway, so this guy, he's seeing, that this eagle in the midst of this chicken, and he's just distraught. He goes to the owner of the chicken and say, hey, that's an eagle. Why you got this eagle, amongst the chicken? And the owner of the bird say, no, that's a chicken. And he's going to remain a chicken. And so the owner goes, back to do his thing. And then the guy that walked past it was just, tortured all night, because he's like, this beautiful eagle is literally, hanging out here down with the chickens. Not that there's anything wrong with the chickens, but if you are an eagle, you have no business being with chickens. If you are an eagle, you need to be flying. You need to be soaring. You need to be doing that thing that you're supposed to be doing. No diss to the chickens, but I ain't a chicken. So the guy, he comes back, and he talks to the eagle like, you can fly. You don't belong here. And the eagle, it's like, ugh, no. So then the guy grabs the eagle and takes him up, to this big high peak, and points to the sun and says, you are designed to fly towards that. And so the eagle thinks in his mind, man, this man ain't gonna leave me alone, so I better try this thing. So of course, the end of the story, he, spreads out his wing and he flies. My point in telling that is, sometimes our traumas, sometimes our hurts, sometimes our campaigns, sometimes society, culture, whatever the thing. Some of that stuff has made us and taught us to hide, has taught us to quiet our voices, has taught us to blend in to our surroundings to survive. So like the eagle, he didn't know he was an eagle. So he had to survive, to eat, he had to be down amongst the chicken. How else was he gonna? He didn't know that he can go fly and get his own food, that he actually, he don't eat chicken feeds. Like he can come pluck some stuff literally from thousands of miles away, eating some meat or whatever, so he didn't know that. And so to fit in to where he was, he did what they did. If it's walk like a chicken, quack like a, not quack, or eat, or however they eat like a chicken, it's a chicken. But that is not true. But that's how some of our stuff has shaped and made us. And I know y'all say, man, why is she always wanting us to look inward and do the work? Well, because if you don't reconnect to yourself, if you don't know, honor, and appreciate yourself, then there's nothing else you can be than that which is around you. It is the one person you'll never get away from, y'all, is you. Wherever you go, there you will be. And so it behooves us to find out who this person is. And can't nobody tell you that. Can't nobody do that part for you. Don't nobody know your experiences, your pain, what has happened to you in life, except for that which you've revealed to people. And I don't know none of us that has been transparent and revealed everything about, there's some stuff we like, oh yeah, no, ain't nobody never gonna find out about that thing right there. But I'm saying, so these things, so you have to do the work. What did that do to me? Is that causing me to be here? Am I merely surviving instead of thriving? Many of us are homesick. We are homesick to ourselves from internally. It's like your inner man or woman is like, oh my God, if we don't quit living like this, if we don't quit being like this, thinking like this, doing the same thing over and over, when is she or he going to come to themselves and unlock all that they were created, he or she, to be? And the only way to do that is, first, you got to realize you are eagle, baby. You are not a chicken. Like, some of the stuff that has shaped us and molded us, y'all, is crazy as hell. And it wasn't even an original thought. It wasn't even nothing that is supposed to have touched us. But since it did, I think we're so gifted that we can thrive in any culture, any situation. We're going to make it do what it do. But what then does that do to you personally? It steals and it takes away from you. It makes you distance yourself from you. I know that sounds weird and strange, but I'm trying to tell you, some of the truth of us, the truth of who we are, we keeping it locked. We are voicing ourselves. We are dimming it down. Why in the world would you do that? Why are you doing that? You need to come home to you. We have to reconnect to ourselves, y'all. It is so sad. And reading this, in reading and looking, you see how, like, man, if they knew what I see when I look at you, you know some people like that you're like, man, I see greatness. I see, this, that, and I see, why can't they get how phenomenal and awesome they are? Well, it's because even though you feel that for them, even though you see that for them, a person has to know that for themselves. We can't do that for them. And it's the same thing that we need to do. We need to be looking in these mirrors and like, do you know who you are? I don't care what they said. I don't care what they did. I don't care if it ain't fair. I don't care if it's hard. Do you know who you are? Do you know how freaking phenomenal you are? You made it through that. You've gotten through this. You still here. You still thriving. You still laughing. You still loving. You still, don't you understand who you are? It has never ever been the responsibility or in the power of someone else to dictate who we are, who we can be, what we can do, and how far we can go. It has never, but we bought into the lie because all we're trying to do is be a chicken, just be amongst the chicken. Don't nobody want to be that eagle and take off because, you know, have you ever seen eagles having a party? No, you see eagles flying solo. Everybody's so scared. You scared to be, you know, to see who you really are. I don't care how bad and janky and raggedy it is. Ain't nothing but a behavior change. Ain't nothing but a mind change. Ain't nothing but a different perspective. Ain't nothing but a different action to change that mess. Forgive yourself for where you have fallen short. You were never designed to stay there. You was designed to learn from that and then go forward. We ain't never got to let a past dictate to us who and what we could be, where we can go and what we can do. But we're doing that. We're remaining chickens when we're supposed to be eagles, just flying and soaring. Do you know how much this world needs a person to be just who they are, to be comfortable in your own skin? Because once you know who you are, can't nobody tell you who you not. And once you comfortable and you are real and truthful with yourself, it don't matter what they try to expose you. Can't nobody do nothing to how you feel and love about you. Can't nobody, shouldn't be able to make you feel less than just because of their view of what you did. You ain't walked a mile in my shoes. You don't know why I do that thing that I do. And since you don't know that, you can't even tell me. You don't even have the information. You can't even make informed decisions. And we're letting people that have not the informed decision dictate who and what we can be. And if you're anything like me, you will come to a point of yourself and say, wait, hold up. Who said that I couldn't? Why ain't I there? Why come I can't have that? Why come I can't do that? Why come I can't be there? You got to get to that place. And the only way you will get to that is you have to realize that no matter how long you've been amongst the chickens, it is never too late for you to soar and fly on up and be an eagle. We are homesick in within ourselves for ourselves to come alive. To fall in love with ourselves. Don't you understand? If you love you, it don't matter who don't. You will always have a love. You will always have a friend. You will always, but we so busy, we can't even stand to be alone with ourselves. And then we thinking we're going to somehow thrive out here. It's not going to happen. It can only happen once you are comfortable with you, once you love you, once you take care of you, once you understand you. And when you do that, you taking the power away from anybody and anything externally. Not saying that it won't affect you. That ain't what I'm saying. But I'm saying it won't affect you. Does that don't even make sense to you? It can affect you externally, but it won't affect you internally. And if you can't affect me internally, then whatever you do externally ain't gonna move me, shake me, or break me. And so, my eagle sisters and brothers, please do the work of finding out who you are. Come home to you. Come home to you. Not your wife, not your boo, not your kids, not your affiliations, your connections, your culture, your color, whatever. Come home to who are you? What you want to do? What are you created for? Who are you? I know one thing. We all eagles out here. Ain't nobody's meant to be no dang chicken. You're not meant to be a chicken. You're some other kind of thing. Y'all, I love you. Be blessed, your biggest fan. I see so much greatness. We got all these problems, but we're all the answer. When are we going to be just say, okay, and do the dang thing to become all that we can be? Love ya. I will see you next week. As always, we have Queenie, ChampagneLloyd.com. You can go cop the book. The women's retreat Victorious is coming up, because you know that's what we are out here, ladies. That's coming up. I think it's May 14th. I will be somewhere speaking, so I will get you more information for that. And I just thank y'all. Love y'all for your support. And remember, get out here, y'all. Stop playing hide and seek with yourself. If I would have titled this, it would be hide and seek. Stop playing hide and seek with yourself. Yeah, all that is true. All that is true. Now what? Do and be you, boo-boo. Bye-bye. You the only person that you got to live with for the rest of your life. Why you ain't in love with you yet? Don't forget to pick up your copy of Queening at ChampagneLloyd.com. Date, ladies, for September 9th and 10th for the Victorious Topeka Women's Retreat.
Girl,